Doing something a little different. Running a PS2 game tonight. Alrighty. And are we good to go? Are we good to go? Alright, let's turn down the volume just a little bit. Let's go like, what, halfway?
Hold it right there, or I will cut you down.
Well,
you hear me, inmate?
Cut you down.
You hear me? Hold it right there, or I will.
This should be good for my volume, right? Right? Hello? Testing? Let's go a little lower. For some reason, I feel like it always needs to be a little bit lower than it looks like on OBS. I'm afraid it's going to be too quiet. I feel like OBS is either that or I'm just really quiet. Am I a mouse? Is that my problem? Alright. So, I finally actually got the suffering to work on my emulator, so we're going to see how long we can play this before it decides to crash and explode. Because it's one of my favorite games from yesteryear that I have not played in a very long time. Since it was out on PS2, actually. So, we're in the very beginning. I'll give you a little backstory here. Unfortunately, I actually wasn't planning on streaming it, but then after I noticed that it was running a lot better than it did before, I don't know why. So you basically play an inmate that gets moved to this crazy kind of max security prison, and you know, they reveal in the beginning, oh, I heard this guy killed his wife and kids, and another guy's like, oh yeah, well I hear he's not that bad of a guy. Back in the last place, you know, he was a stand-up citizen, blah blah blah. And so there's a little bit of a conflicting narrative. All we really know, I mean, I know what's going on, but if you've never played it before, if you've never even seen it before or heard of it, all we know as the audience is that we're playing as a character who is ambiguously good, bad, not sure. We're here for killing his family, but we don't know the truth behind it. And basically, as you get locked up, something happens in the prison goes on lockdown, and so now you see some monsters come out and attack and kill some people, and so now we're kind of in. We're in a situation where we're trying to figure out, we're trying to ascertain what's going on, and we don't really know.
Anyone over in the death house, read me? Hawk's here. I'm in cell block T. The inmates, it looks like a lot of them have gone off and hung themselves. It's bloody anarchy here, and Luther's lost his sodding mind. What's the over there? You copy? Hello? Bollocks. I've got to get out of here.
The only thing I'm not loving so far is that the camera's a little unwieldy. It's got a really low sensitivity, and the aim acceleration is really high, which means that even you have to press it for a long amount of time in order just to get it to fucking move a little bit, but then you have to let off real quickly, so it's a lot of jerky camera. Unfortunately, and I don't think there's any way to change it. Not in the game settings, anyways. So there is a first-person view that's kind of crazy. It's hilarious to me that they built this game on first-person and third-person back in the day, because first-person didn't really exist a lot on PS2. Oh, that guy's dead. Of course, I think.
Thank God I made it into the light. I think I'm safe in the light. You've got to get me out of here.
And he's dead. I think this is how most of the game goes. Alright, give me 2 seconds. I forgot to actually post that I was playing this, and I want to do that because it's such a hidden gem. And I really wish they'd reboot the series or something. I mean, I really wish they would have. I think the horror inside of a prison is such a great opportunity. Okay, and then one more. I did get a sequel, but these were, at the time, it was being developed by Midway, which, you know, they're not really a company. Well, in fact, if they're not already bankrupt, I don't know what happened. But I was gonna say that it's a company that I don't know that it exists anymore. I gotta figure out what my controls are real quick. House time, I swear. Okay, so reload is left trigger, jump is right trigger. R1 for attack, L1 for throw. Insanity mode is triangle. Use health is circle. That's really what I needed. Okay.
Anyone read me? What's going on? Is it a riot? What's the situation? This Nash up in Tower A3, I can't see what's going on.
Oh, Jesus.
I hear sounds, but when I shine the spot down there, it's like everything scampers out of the way. I can't see well enough. Shit, get away from me! Man, I killed it.
That doesn't look good. That's an emulation issue.
Got a spider with swords. Goddamn inmates behind this, I know they are. Is anyone listening to me? I think maybe I just better stay up here where I'm sitting.
So the game runs fine, but apparently the cameras don't run well, which is odd. I wonder what's... Oh, whoops. That was not the button I wanted to click. I wonder... Hold on, if I can try some frame limiting. Or not frame limiting, some frame skipping. If that will fix the issue. Let's see. Does it still look good? Still looks good to move around. Frame skipping is an interesting It looks better, but we can't see any text. So let's hope that this is... We'll check it next time, but I think it might be a setting that I fixed. So the game normally plays, is supposed to play at like a 50 FPS, and it doesn't. It has a few issues in my opinion when it does that. So I bumped it up to like a 60, but the thing is you're not supposed to do that for console games because it often will change the it'll change the way, the speed at which the game performs. So like if I just set this to run constant, you know, unlocked frame rate, the game will actually run at a hyperspeed. So you have to limit it in some way. Oh.
Hold it right there, or I will cut you down. You hear me, inmate? Do you hear me?
Hey, that's from the options menu.
Give him a chance.
Nah, hell with protocol. Everything's gone to shit. Right now, I prefer a murdering scumfuck from the road, one of those monstrosities. We got a better chance to survive if we stick together. But you will do exactly what I say, or I will punch a hole in your sorry ass. Got it?
Calm down, Fuck him. Don't let your age
When I've seen these bastards spawn, I prefer to stay in the dark. Go get a flashlight from the break room down the hall. And no funny stuff, or I will blow your head off. Comprende?
So there's actually a morality system in the game that depending on how you interact with the other people you meet on this island, will change the excuse me, will change the is there no quicker way to do that? That's the best way. But it will change the outcome of the game. What, can I pull it back? I don't understand what my ultimate goal is here. Can't do anything, I guess. So it's depending on what you do, because I mean I could have just went up and diced that guy if I wanted to. Of course I don't. Why does he keep looking this way? It's almost as if he was seeing other items, but I don't see anything else.
All right, you got a light. We gotta head downstairs to get out of this shithole. And you better stay out of my way. If I need to shoot more of those fuckers, I will not hold my fire on your account. You read me?
It seems like my... Hold on, let me see real quick. Sorry, this is a lot of troubleshooting. I think maybe the frame rate that I'm running everything at is causing a problem. Alright. Okay, so
Convict! Get a move on!
Uh-oh.
We're as good as dead if we stay here.
now it's frozen. Amazing.
What in God's green earth is your fucking problem? Move it!
What the fuck?
We have to go downstairs to get out. Get your ass in
Why
here!
is it freezing the... Hold on. I'm sorry. It's, I don't know why it's freezing the game. This is what I don't like about emulation. There's so many problems that can go wrong. Alrighty, well, I guess we're gonna have to restart this real quick. God damn it, I changed my turbo settings. Okay, let's try and keep it off turbo. We'll see how that works. I think the turbo is causing the problems. Because the quickest way to fuck up your... Oh wait, let's do... We've got a manual load we can do here. Load from here. Shit, are you kidding me? All the way back here? Well, let's try this. Let's try looking in the security monitors. Nope, they're still fucked up. So, sorry for this. This is a bunch of troubleshooting I'm sure you don't care about. Okay, so the frame skipping does help. Yeah, we're just gonna have to stick with the frame skipping, I guess. That sucks. Because I think it's causing... Yeah, look, hold on. When I looked in a certain direction, the UI disappeared there for a second. Ah, fuck. It's like when... Fuck, I can't get it there. There, it's happening, you can see it. I think that's from the frame skipping. I think the frame skipping is causing... the UI to do that, to disappear, which is kind of a problem. I don't like that, but may not be a complete deal breaker. Okay.
Hold it right there, or I will cut you down. You hear me, inmate? Do you hear me?
Give him a chance.
Hell with protocol. gone to shit. Right now, I prefer a murdering scumfuck from the road or one of those monstrosities. We got a better chance to survive if we stick together. But you will do exactly what I say, or I will punch a hole in your sorry ass. Got it?
Calm down, Fuck you. Don't let your anger
When I've seen these bastards spawn, I prefer to stay in the dark. Go get a flashlight from the break room down the hall. And no funny stuff, or I will blow your head off. Comprende? All right, you got a light.
Yeah,
You gotta head
so like
downstairs to get out
when
of
I'm
this
looking in
shithole.
that direction,
And
it
you better
fucks
stay out
up
of my way. If I need to
all
shoot
of
more
the
those
UI.
fuckers, I will not hold my
Hopefully
fire
that
on
won't
your
cause a
account. You
big
read me?
problem further down the road. I guess we'll see. It must be the flashlight that's really causing them. It's the lights in general, it looks like. They're just giving me a lot of trouble. No way.
What in God's green earth is your fucking problem? Move it! Damn, there's more of those things down here. Stay out of my way!
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Is it the turbo? Is it the turbo that's fucking it up, or is it the this frame skipping? Turning off the frame skipping is what's fucking that up. Alright, god damn it. I'm sorry for this. We're gonna try it again.
Hold it right there.
God damn it, why didn't I save after I got that
stupid
stupid thing?
Do you hear me?
Give him a chance.
Ah, to hell with protocol. Everything's gone to shit. Right now, I prefer a murdering scumfuck from the road or one of those monstrosities.
Okay.
We got a better chance to survive if we stick
Let's
together.
see how this
But
works.
you will do exactly what I say, or I will punch a hole in your sorry ass. Got it?
Calm down, Fuck you. Don't let your anger
So I've got frame limiting and I've got the, or not frame limiting, goddammit, the frame skipping and turbo mode turned off. So we're back down to running the 50 FPS, which it claims the game is supposed to run at.
All right, you got a light. We gotta head downstairs to get out of this shithole.
Weird.
And you better stay out of my way. If I need to shoot more of those fuckers, I will not hold my fire on your account. You read me?
Alright. Yeah, that seems to have been my problem. It's either the turbo or the frame limiting, or the frame skipping. Which is a bummer because the frame skipping would fix my problem with the security cams.
Damn, there's more of those things down here. Stay out of my way.
God damn it. Just getting
That's the
shit
way.
on. Supposed to be better with the shit, bro.
Yeah, did you see that? That's the last of them. You handled yourself all right for an inmate. Carnate Island's got a strange history, and Abbott is one fucked up who's-gow. And let me tell you, we better stay away from the fucking basement. If things are bad up here, down there, it's gonna be like the mouth of hell.
I always saw the good in you.
I always looked at their bodies when I was done.
God damn! What the hell was that?
Anyone
I
hear
gotta
me?
check it out.
This is
Stay
Hawks
here.
I tried to get to the radio building, but there's so many of those things there. They look like yobs with stilts on. They're all over the yard. I couldn't get through. Has anyone called for help yet? They'll need a call in the military to clean this mess up. Said there. Bloody hell.
Alright, so I'm gonna push my limit. I'm gonna turn on let's run back up the thing here and see if it was the turbo mode. Turbo mode makes it run just a tad smoother. Okay, I don't see any problem with the light, so it must have been the frame skipper that was causing the problems. Alright. Running without turbo mode is just, everything's just a second too choppy. It's kind of annoying.
Hello, Ma. It's me, Willie. Yeah, they said I could talk as long as I wanted. No, that's okay. I told you I didn't want you here. It's better this way, Ma. Now, come on, Ma. Don't cry. It's not doing anybody any good at all. You know I love you, right? And the Reverend said I won't feel a thing.
How do I get in there? Oh. So I don't know which way to go yet. Should I go back and check that room out? Is that where he went? Oh. Oh, did he get canned? Oh, I must have not have been looking at him. I didn't even know he died. I wasn't even paying attention to him. I was in that other room trying to get some loot. Sorry, buddy. I always hate it when NPCs die. It always saddens me. L2 is reload, right? Alright, let's do another save here. It's a shame. I think you'd like this game, Keith. You have the opportunity to be extremely evil or extremely nice. You can either kill everyone you come across, or make an effort to save them. All right. Yeah, these security videos are fucking up real bad. I don't know why. I guess the emulator just doesn't like them. Oh boy. That's right behind us. God, that looks awful though. He doesn't, as far as I know. Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't get to us, but I remember freaking out the first time I saw that. I tried fixing that so we could watch the security cams earlier, but it was causing other problems with the game. Like sometimes the UI would disappear and it was causing the game to freeze up occasionally. So unfortunately, we have to deal with really shitty security cams. But oh Jesus! But it means the rest of the game is gonna look fine. Basically, you play as an inmate who gets transferred to this prison. And we don't really know his backstory. I mean, I do, because I've played this before, but you don't really know his backstory. It's kind of conflicting sometimes. Some people think he's kind of a bad guy because his rap sheet says he killed his wife and child. But then other people have heard he's not that bad of a dude. Oh boy. God damn it, that auto aim's kind of weird. Like, if I'm aiming up at him, my camera was like almost exactly. I think maybe I want auto aim off. Because the problem is the auto aim's fucking with my actual aiming. Auto aim's usually pretty nice, but we'll take that off. Seems like the gunplay is pretty generous. But anyways, as you get transferred to this prison, the whole place gets attacked by something. We don't know yet. It's kind of like a mysterious force. And so now that all the inmates are running free, you're kind of trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and then also trying to escape in a way. Well, maybe that auto aim was nice. Let's see. Where'd he go? Did he leave? Or did I kill him and I just didn't see it? I don't think I got him. Yeah, Koo mentioned it, Scum. I didn't know what to think because when I looked at the images on Steam, it looks like PUBG. It looks like the Battle Royale, just you're escaping a prison island, is what it looked like. Now, like I said, I don't know what it actually is, because all I've seen is the screenshots. I didn't see any gameplay. But if it's like a full-on, like kind of like a, almost like a co-op like strategy stealth game, like if it's like you and a buddy trying to escape prison, and so you're trying to outwit the AI and shit. Now that sounds cool. God damn it! Oh no, it worked. Especially because I really like prison settings. Well, what the fuck? God damn it! For both like drama and horror or thriller, I should say.
Can anybody hear me? What's going on? Hello? Let me out.
So the entire game
Oh, I get it.
that you're running around,
Warn me about the COs that haven't.
you have like an evil voice that tries to persuade you to do shitty things, and then you have a good voice that tries to persuade you not to do the bad things.
Murphy, was this your idea?
What you heard there was obviously the evil voice. I'm going to let him be because I don't want to get the
Maybe a new jack, but you think I
the
was
negative karma.
I'm not scared.
I think I got like a neutral karma before when I played this years ago. So, ooh, what the fuck? And now I want to get the good ending if possible.
Is this thing working?
God, there's so many health items everywhere.
Ox again. Still trying to find another CO who isn't dead or gone off his nut. I've made it to the admissions building, but I don't know how I'm going to open the blasted gate. The whole mechanism's gone off the spout. If anyone can hear me, I'd advise you to look for a different way out, because it looks like I'm well and truly fucked here.
Does it show me where I'm at? Oh, it does. Okay.
But that's on us, isn't it? Who'd have thought? We corrections officers would be the ones trying to escape from habit. Fucking
Oh, maybe that's what he was telling me about? Or no, because Keith, because Q told me about Scum specifically. Now I remember he was like, hey, did you see Scum? So when you said, oh fuck, when you said prison, that's what I was assuming. Because Scum's like Prison Island, Battle Royale, I think. A Way Out, though. That sounds kind of familiar, but I don't think I've heard anything. How much of it is in the prison, though, I wonder? Oh, you know what? I am interested in this, but I skipped over it entirely because it's made by the A Tale of Two Brothers devs. I recognize I recognize the big nose and like mafia hairstyle of one of those dudes. But I just automatically assumed that I would probably enjoy it to some degree because the Tale of Two Brothers guys were pretty good. So I skipped over it. Like, I'm interested, but I'm like I'm not like, you know, scraping for scraps that I cared enough to look at the trailer. But the graphics of that trailer look pretty sweet. Shit.
No. Oh, fuck. Jesus. Fucking piece of shit. Hey, you. This is a mistake. Shut off the gas.
I don't know how.
Open the door. Can you hear me? Do something. Fuck you. Hold the light.
God damn it.
Word. You.
What the fuck? Oh. So I guess I really didn't have an option. I had to let that guy die. That sucks. Oh, there goes most of my healing. Let's go ahead and save. Oh. I hate that you can't even turn the camera until you get back up. So when they dive through you like that and they're behind you, you can't even turn the camera to look at them until you get back on your feet.
They won't leave you alone until you do it.
Yeah, that was the one thing too. Is when I saw it, it just the facial anime or the faces look kind of goofball, but the and like the environment and the prison like setting that I saw looked awesome. It was really weird. I actually downloaded, I think, Tale of Two Brothers recently because I have it, but I've never played it. Take away a man's light, his clothes, his food, his friends, his air, and you leave him with nothing but himself. And for most, that is not pleasant company. The reason I like this game so much, I think, is because I don't know, there's something really appealing to me about
I want to see the real you, Talk.
man atoning for his sins kind of vibe. Because that's the angle that they take in American Gods. The main character just got out of prison and he's trying to do everything straight now, and to me it's very appealing. Which is kind of the way with
Put it off forever. This place is stronger than you.
Torque. But the thing that we don't know about Torque is we don't actually know anything about his backstory aside from the rumors that we've heard. So we're playing a guy that's supposed to be pretty brutal.
Show me why you're in here. I want to know all about you.
And that monster that keeps running around has a pretty heavy implication on everything that's going on. I don't want to say too much because I want to see
Death is our stock and trade here at Abbott. The final solution.
how long it takes to find out.
Few will admit that. First it giveth, then it taketh away.
I suppose you're not one to really care about spoilers. No, but I guess I'll just go ahead and tell you what the whole.
I don't understand much about this place, but I know your being here ain't no coincidence.
I guess I can just go ahead and probably reveal everything. I don't know. There's really no reason to hold out.
Well, look what we have here. How long I have been waiting to encounter such a fascinating specimen. My understanding is you've had periodic blackouts since...
Man, I haven't played this game in
Fairly adolescent.
like 15 years.
Ever wonder what happens during those blackouts? Would you say you have visions of bloodshed? Yes.
Maybe this is the moment where we figure out the twist.
You've seen death, right? I read about your life, you sick bastard. Put me to shame. I never got to snuff a woman. But did you really do it? Because we get innocent guys in here. Sure, innocent until presumed guilty. It doesn't affect me doing my job, though. Above all else, I am a professional. I am dedicated to the work. Nothing compares to the deep satisfaction of terminating someone's life. But you already know that, don't you?
Oh my god, the aiming is so hard. Is first person any easier? Oof. Nope. It really isn't.
You had a wife, right? Did you love her?
1 second.
Why would
Once
you
this
go
is
to make
all
sure
over.
she stayed yours? When you get mad, you feel you could kill a man, rip him apart with your bare hands. You ever feel that way? Maybe you're not like me. It's hard to say. You gotta fight it. Don't let this place do to you what it did to me.
Oh my god. Oh my. Why is it so hard for me to hit him now? I need to get like a shotgun or something.
I can help you, Doc. I can make you well. I can give you control if you really want it. But first, you've got to show me. Come on.
Here it is, maybe?
Give it a try for me, won't you?
When your insanity meter is flashing, press triangle to transform. So I gotta build it up.
I'm sensing resistance.
You ever see red? You ever just want to let go? It's so easy.
Oh my god. I can't shoot for shit. Why? Hold on, can I switch to the... Can I shiv people?
Show me why you're in here. I want to know all about you.
Oh, when I take... Oh yeah,
It won't
that
leave
works
you
better.
alone until you do it.
Embrace your inner self, Doc.
Come on, you bastard. Do it. You think you're better than us?
Alright, here we go.
You can't put it off forever. This place is stronger than you.
That's it, Doc. That's the breakthrough we've been waiting for.
You actually have to keep an eye on it. If you don't transform back in time, you can lose control of yourself.
A lot of progress today, but be careful. A good thing only lasts so long.
Okay, so
We'll need to discuss this
the let's see. Yeah, it's a very kind of industrial-esque feel. So so you go through the game now with this transformation thing, right? And what you find out later on is, so, you know, you find out that Torque, our character, claims that he says he just blacked out, and when he woke up, his wife and his son were dead. And he, you know, insists that he didn't kill them. But then as you go through the game, and you basically, based on your karma choices, you kind of, I think the actual canon of the story changes a little bit of what actually happened. I don't remember specifically if the endings do change a lot, but either way, I think the ultimate takeaway is that he sees these hallucinations and thinks that he's actually losing control and turning into this monster. But what it turns out is he's actually just going into like a blind berserker rage. He's not actually turning into anything. But you go through the whole game thinking that. And so then at the very end, there's a moment where you get locked up in like this cage, and then a bunch of these fucking things come on you, and you have to all these monsters, and you have to try and fight them away, and you go into your insanity mode and you start shredding them and just fucking dicing them up. And then I think when it's over, the camera pans out and it's just Torque standing there with a bunch of like dead guards and shit. Like I think what they reveal is that basically the entire time he's just been hallucinating, and this like insanity mode is really just like a dark side of him that just keeps coming out, and he sees it as a monster. But the thing is I think the island actually is under attack. It wouldn't make sense why the guards and everybody would actually be running and trying to hide from monsters if they weren't actually there. So I don't remember exactly how the actual ending reveal goes. What I do know is that they reveal that his little insanity mode isn't real. It's actually him just going into like a fucking berserker mode and dicing people to shreds. And that's just like it's just a manifestation of his rage that he doesn't have any, he doesn't approve of it, and so he found a way to sort of make himself not think that, you know, he's actually a monster by making himself believe that he's turning into one. Which I was always kind of bummed, I think, because I preferred the straight up monster twist. Like I would have really rather him just been a fucking weird ass like demon.
Pull the goddamn trigger already.
That was more fascinating to me.
Suck my cock, you fucking monstrosity.
This was also a game that I never could play around my parents, and it was the first game I ever played that had
End it.
incredibly vulgar language.
What's taking so long?
Because I never played GTA,
Do it.
so this was the first one I ever played where the language was just so crazy. Because I'd never heard a game say cocksucker before. Suck my cock, you know, like I'd never heard that, ever, in a game. This guy's got like fucking bagpipe machine guns on his back. And I've only got a revolver. I really want to play the second game, because I never played the second game, so depending on... I put the game on easy mode, because I didn't want to... I'm just trying to play through for the story. I'm not interested in butting my head against all the bullshit. But it has made some of the monsters really easy. What was I going to say? Oh, and so in one ending... Torque actually gets off the island. He takes a boat and leaves, but he knows now that his monster is like really just him going into crazy mode. And then so the second game takes place in New York, I think, because he used to like work for the mafia or the mob or something. And so god damn it. Are you kidding me? Fucking caught in a corner. So the second game takes place back in the city, and it's about him trying to get revenge, I think, on some of the gangsters that he used to deal with, and blames them for the death of his wife or something like that. It's a kind of a Mad Max feel to it. Oh. Well, one of the major reasons why this is one of my favorite games of all time is it falls under the that like Silent Hill level of kind of fucked up stuff going on. You know, really? I can't get under there at all. Can I crouch at all? Like, how does? I don't understand. There we go. You know, as much as I love Resident Evil, at no point do they really ever...
Hey, Daddy! It's so dark in here. What's going on, Daddy?
It never gets, like, dark.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I won't do it again. Just get me out, Daddy!
That little girl wasn't so innocent after I was done.
And I can't overstate how much I really just enjoyed darker themes overall. So this game gets a hard win in my book just for that alone. That and the monster designs are fucking weird and crazy and creepy. Like, they're kind of creepy sometimes in Resident Evil, but oh shit. Chris.
They let me out of the hole. I was ready to rejoin society and kill every last one of them. It left a bad taste in my mouth forever.
They're spies for the Nazis. They're a threat to our security. Am I supposed to ignore them? This prison is my command. I am God here. You will follow my orders.
Damn it, I can't. There's like too many ways to go. I don't know which way is which. I guess this door probably doesn't open either. Okay. Nothing in there? Did I already see anything? Save. Oops. No, I didn't want to save to slot 1. God damn it. Why did it change my save slots? There we go. I want to keep my save slots on slot 0. Is there a way to get through there? Oh, here we go.
You're doing well, Doc. But watch yourself. This place can eat your soul. You...
I don't know what the reviews were like for this game at the time either. I don't know if they were super positive. I have a feeling that they probably fit on the, like, reviewed well, but, you know, no one really cared enough kind of vibe. I feel like that's where a lot of these hidden gem things fit, you know, like kind of like Evil Within. Like everyone thought, like, oh, you know, it reviewed well, but it wasn't great, and so no one cared. Like, if it's not amazing, then no one cares. If it's not amazing or if it's not really bad, like if it's just a competent game, then no one cares about the game at all. It needs to be really bad or really good for anyone to really think about it. I was thinking about that with Resident Evil, you know, like, so I'm thinking about running through Resident Evil next month, trying to fit it into our budget, the new one. And it's funny, no one talked about Resident Evil 7 after it came out. Like, it came out, people were like, oh my god, is it good, is it good, is it good? And then it reviewed and people were like, you know, well, the game's interesting and it's good, you know, like it's good in its own right, but it's different from the old one, so it's kind of hard to compare. And, you know, they pretty much kept it at that. And then people, once they realized they couldn't shit on the game, they weren't interested in paying attention to it anymore. This sucks. I wish I could fix this, but I can't. So sometimes there's like a weird frame rendering issue, which is what this is doing, where it wants to render more than one frame at a time, I think. Or rather, it's like moving too quickly back and forth, so it's giving the double image. So what you can do is you can turn on something called frame skipping, and it will skip one frame, and it just skips every other frame. So what it does is, instead of having it move back and forth like this, it just stays and like keeps rendering on the one side. So frame skipping can fix problems like this, but it also can cause issues. And when I turned on frame skipping, it was making stuff disappear, and it was causing a lot of unfortunate problems. 8.5 is pretty good for this, especially. I imagine the sequel probably didn't review as well. Okay, so go out the exit.
Hey! Is anybody in there? Hello?
Oh.
Man, it's good to see another human. Wait, what the fuck? Torque, is that you? Fuck, man, it's me, Dallas from Easton. Man, if anybody could survive this shit, it figures you could. You seen some of these things, man? Fucking whack shit. I heard the government's been conducting experiments on us inmates. Next phase of MK Ultra, if you can believe.
See, another reason I really like this game, or I really like the setting.
He needs your protection.
He's a parasite.
Okay, so did you hear that?
Looks like there's no way out.
anytime you encounter people and you have to like kind of escort them,
Get to the outside.
your good side,
Help him?
the good side always tells you to try and help, but the bad side always wants you to kill them. It's kind of an interesting, like really, it's kind of frightening.
Jesus, Byron, look what they did. This shit ain't right. You made being on the inside better. You were my main man. I miss you. You never went for that kind of
But
thing.
I really love,
No. Well, you don't know what you were missing. Come on, this shit's too fucked up to look at.
I really enjoy the bad guy kind of like having to save the world kind of thing.
Holy shit, more of them.
Which this falls under, you know, the idea of... God damn it. What the fuck? Oh god. Why is he running in front of me? Get out of the way, bro. There we go.
It's the government, man.
This gun's really hard to
Those
use.
creatures are everywhere.
I'm gonna have to go back to the revolver and then use the other one, the Tommy gun, on the bigger
Come on,
enemies.
Torque, we gotta get out of this motherfucker.
No, but I've always loved games where or movies and everything where the bad guy is the guy that has to like
on, Torque, we gotta
own
get out
up
of this
and
motherfucker.
for the greater good help out. I think it's the appeal of enemies like Ghost Rider and or enemies
More of them.
of heroes like Ghost Rider, because you always know that they're a step away from almost, you know, being the bad guy themselves, but they find a way to basically turn their violent tendencies on the right person, which I find to be sort of an interesting, fascinating style or story. Dual revolvers. I can't imagine what that's doing to his elbows. Man, the aiming is really difficult. The strafing is what really... Did that guy die? Oh no, he's over there. I was like, what happened to him? I was gonna be super sad if I accidentally let the enemies kill him.
Machine. I know growing up in a group home wasn't no wine and roses shit, but you're one badass son of a bitch. This way. It's time for us to bust out.
Alright. The other nice thing about emulating is you can save wherever you want. So I do that quite often. Mostly because I don't want games to crash. I'm always afraid that they're going to crash and I want to fucking lose data. They always recommend for you to use real saves, and I'll go ahead and real save here. Because sometimes the emulation saves can get corrupted.
Yo, talk over here.
But you know, like I recently played
Come on, Torque, we
Xenosaga,
gotta get out of this motherfucker.
and there were save points in the game that would crash your game.
Yo, talk over here.
So
Torque,
you
don't
had
laugh
to use
through the
emulation
cell phone.
saves
Nah, I've been
in
in
certain
there. There's
areas.
some bad shit in there, man. Fucked up juju. But there's no other way.
Some
Come
fucked
on.
up juju. Do I still need my... They prime us to kill each other and then smile when we do, but I don't blame the cycles or the gangs or even the hacks. Abbott sucks us all down.
Talk, man. We gotta watch out. Those fucking cutters are everywhere in here. But this is the only way to go, man. If we gonna bounce up out of this shithole. Wait, what the fuck is that sound? Shit, man. I knew coming back in here was a bad idea. Look, Torque, you the badass killing machine, not me. I think you better take point. Lead us through this shit.
He's gonna get smoked. What am I supposed to do here? I mean, I could try to punch through the wall with my super mode, or I could... I guess guess I could just do this. I think most of the people you meet in this game, though, end up getting killed. Like, I don't think you actually helping them saves a lot of them. I think they end up getting killed anyways. It's just, how do you treat them up to their death, basically? Because it's a pretty bleak game from what I remember.
Oh, fuck! What the? It's like what they did to Byron. Huh. Goddamn, looks like these things kill their own, too. Fuck yeah, I found the gap. I feel so naked now. I won't be able to smoke them like you can, but I got your back.
I wish they'd just release this as like a PS2 classic on PS3. I mean, that shit ain't gonna happen these days. I can't imagine they're.
Army or Navy or some
I can't
shit
imagine
out
they're
base
still
on
putting
something.
PS3 classic or PS2 classics on
That's gotta be
PS3.
why
I
they
imagine
started that
PS3's like
experiment.
PSN
Trying to
store is
create
probably
a
done.
super soldier or some insane shit. Look at that mutant thing. Shit, what the hell is it?
What does hitting the button do, I wonder?
You know what I just realized? I'm the only brother I ever heard of who actually made it out of Abbott before their bid was up. Fuck the parole board, man. I beat him.
My homie's gonna get killed here pretty soon. I can feel it.
Shit, man. T-block. Yo, better keep our heads up in here. There's no telling where those Gimp freaks are. I knew a skinny motherfucker once. Spent all his days mainlining the China White. Wound up so cooked, he couldn't tell you his own name. That freak thing reminds me of him. Fucking mainliner.
You're just gonna kill me, like you killed them. I ain't leaving the cell. No way.
I'm not out to get you, I promise. I'm afraid to go beast mode around this guy.
Man, what is this shit on the floor?
Oh boy.
Looks like blood, but it's like it's breathing or something.
Oh shit.
Motherfucker. I grew up in Lafayette Corp, and I tell you, I ain't never been so fucking scared. What kind of sick mutant was that thing? Fucking government, fucking experiment.
Attention, T-Block officers. This is Hargrave. We have the situation under control in B-Block. Repeat, we have everything under control.
I ain't
COs
nothing to
to
fuck
report
with.
to B-Block to receive your orders. Our
No place to hide.
retribution is at hand. At last, we shall cleanse this island of the filth.
I actually booted up Let It Die the other day. I was thinking of
Now that those freaks stop coming, there's gotta be some way to get these goddamn gates open.
I was sad that I missed some of the like the events, because they had some, like, I can't remember what the guy's name was. It was White Knight something, or
What I hear, there's an old abandoned asylum.
I
on the
can't
east side of
remember,
Carmel.
but it was like a
That's where the government been doing
some
their
sort of like a
experiments.
seasonal thing
Turning the
where
inmates into those freaks of nature. Didn't they ever read Mary Shelley? Learn that shit don't ever work out.
funny. You know what? I feel like
Hey, Tor, the gates are open.
I feel like that's some highbrow humor right there. Getting the inmate that actually knows who the hell wrote Frankenstein. Oh boy. Oh yeah, my mom would freak out today if she heard any of this.
I learned my lesson.
Oh god. It wasn't the one on the ground, it was the one hiding back there that got me.
What did I do?
on my dad. Not really.
I'm just honestly the only thing I'm afraid of is shooting him myself. That's why I won't go beast mode around him, because I'm afraid that I'm gonna accidentally hit him. Don't know which way to go though, because the gate opened that way, but it opened this way as well.
Hey, you! Help me!
What?
You got it! Fuck that one, fuck yeah! Brutal talk, brutal.
They can just run right over that shit and it doesn't even... Oh, poor guy. Doesn't even fucking hurt him? Call bullshit on that. I can't stop that current anyway. I don't think I can jump over it. Oh boy. Yeah, my mom was not a. She wouldn't let me do Dungeons and Dragons because of the implications at the time. She was always worried about the role play of it, which given.
Thanks, man. Now go on. Get away from me. You're just gonna bring him here.
What? Huh. I mean, Dungeons and Dragons has some role playing, but it's not role play in, you know, like it was obviously, as with anything that's sensationalized like with this, it's always based off misunderstanding. But she always thought that the role play was running around and fighting each other with actual weapons, and you find out that, well, you can't really play Dungeons and Dragons that way because you need dice for the most part, and you're not running around fighting each other with fucking foam weapons. Like, you know, that was something completely different. But she saw it as that and
Fuck,
thought,
man. The T-Block showers. Bad shit going down here. When I was living in T-Block, I'd rather stayed stanky than shower in this pit.
I'm gonna be so sad when this guy dies. You know, but that's what she associated it with.
Fuck, who turned on the water?
Oh, what the fuck? Oh shit! Oh my god! No, no, no!
Fuck you doing, man? Step off.
I ain't trying to shoot you. There's just so many of them. God damn it!
Fuck with. Yeah, what the fuck's up?
Eventually, she. Oh, I don't know how I'm supposed to. Eventually, she stopped caring as much about it, and it also helped that my aunt's son was really big into Dungeons and Dragons, and highlighted that. My aunt always was like highlighting the creativity of it, but what's funny is the thing my mother hated was how caught up people got into it. That's what she was worried about. It was more like when my aunt told my mom about how her son, how they would draw their own maps and stuff. That's what she hated. She hated the idea that people got so into it that they were drawing their own maps and stuff. Whereas these days, what's funny is these days, I think my mother would think that's cool. Like, I think that she would think it's like neat that someone would be so creative, or, you know, like be able to get into something. Oh fuck me, dude. So far as to like create your own maps and your own story and stuff. Like, I think my mother would be into it. Just back when I was a kid, she was super conservative. She's gotten a lot better about it. So, and I give her credit for, you know, or I understand that we're also a product of society, and at the time, no one gave a fuck about understanding D&D. So really, everyone was just interested in shitting on it. God, dude, these enemies are so hard to hit. Oh my god. And that guy keeps running right in front of me. God damn it. I hope he's got unlimited health.
That's right, fuck his ass up.
What the fuck? These guys are really tough. Fuck me. I don't know what the benefit of having come in here was. Because I haven't gotten anything aside from a bunch of lost bullets. God damn it, dude. Seriously? Fuck. Like, how are some of these guys just not dying? And this dude running right in front of those things is really fucking pissing me off. I should have been using the Tommy gun to begin with. Oh, come on. Fucking seriously? Are they just continually spawning? What's the deal here? Oh my god. Where? Okay. Jesus. What a useless place to be in. Like, seriously? Nothing came from this. Unless I'm missing something. That's kind of a disappointment. I don't think my dad would have cared, for the record. My dad's always been one. He wanted me to follow, like, the expected, you know, rules of, you know, don't watch rated R movies until you're, you know, old enough, that kind of thing. But at the same time, he didn't believe, I think, in all the conservative crap that my mother did. So I think while my dad would have been like, while my dad would have preferred that I not play this, he, I don't think would have been upset about it for the same reasons.
Thanks, man. Now go on. Get away from me. You're just gonna bring him here.
That's why I married you.
Oh, okay, so that must have been a karma moment. Was I locked the door and shut him in? Because there was one time that my dad took away a,
Thanks, man. Now go on.
I had a,
Get away from me. You're just gonna bring him here.
I had a disc that had, like, Get Low on it, I think. And I played it uncensored. And my dad, later that evening, he drove me to work, and I didn't realize how much bad shit was in Get Low. Like, I think they talk about licking pussy at one point, and sweat dropping down my balls, all that kind of stuff. And so when I came home, he was like, "Yeah, by the way, you're not getting that CD back." That was like the worst that my dad ever said to me for like watching or doing something I shouldn't have been doing. Bibles and blessings, amazing. She's a lot better about the, like I said, she's certainly really not a conservative anymore. I mean, she is in a way, but I think overall is far more liberal.
Twice I felt trapped.
Which is surprising.
I just had to get out. The first time I didn't want.
Because my mom was
conjugal
not
visits.
open-minded growing
The
up.
second, I just wasn't ready to give up my own life, my chance at a career. I regret both times. You've been trapped your whole life, T. You've got to be strong to be free.
That one guy not following me? Where did he go? Fucking A, dude. Oh my god, quit flying, or quit crawling right above me. Where is this dude? Is this not the right way to go? Oh, there, he was caught in the door. So I guess maybe over the electricity was the only way to go. Yeah, my parents would have been anti-Mortal Kombat for sure. Anything with hyper-violence. I mean, my mother still to this day, I think, probably thinks that video games are too violent. And she's not wrong. I mean, they are violent for sure, but, you know, saying video games are too violent is like going to a Quentin Tarantino movie and saying, well, this is too violent as well. Because the only video games that are fucking violent are the ones that are rated M. which means don't let your fucking kid play this game. You know, like, I'm gonna get killed here. That's gonna bum me out. I know it. Let's try. I'm gonna try and run over this. Oh. Alright, let's reload because I don't want to lose that much health. There we go. So how do I stop this? Oh, there we go. But yeah, I mean, so, you know, it's the idea, and I understand why people think video games shouldn't be violent. I get it, because to them, they're saying, you know, they think of it as, you know, well, Teletubbies shouldn't be violent, or a kid's book shouldn't be violent, because video games has always been a kid thing. You know, it's always been something that you do as a fucking kid. They still haven't come to grasp with the terms, I should say, with the idea that video games are not just for kids, that they're for adults. That's just like there's movies for adults and there's movies for kids, you know, like you take your kids to see, you make sure that your kids hopefully only are watching the things that are appropriate for their age level, and then when they get older, they can watch the other stuff. It's the same fucking thing with games, you know. But and I think it's a much more of a moot point these days. I don't think people are freaking out about it as much as they used to, you know? Because I've had a few conversations with Rachel's mother, and Rachel's mother is still super conservative. Or she's liberal, but she's very conservative in the idea of, like, video games and stuff. I don't mean conservative in the political sense. But we've had a few conversations about video games because they know that I'm a huge video game fan. And I've told them multiple times, you know, I tell everybody that I talk to, like, no, I 100% agree that kids should not be playing M-rated games. But you know what I also think should, you know, be a concern? Is how about you don't fucking let your kid play that shit? How about you don't buy them the game and then get upset when it's fucking rated M and it has things in there that you don't want them to see? Like, there's a reason the ratings are what they are, you know?
Sup, Chico? Long time no see.
Not long enough, I think. Dallas, you got cojones. You show your dirty face in front of me?
Whatever, man. Stop tripping. It's fucking chaos. We just gotta bust out of here.
Surprised this guy's been alive for this long.
Hombre? You and Byron thought you could hide that shit from me? Nobody sells meth, or crank, or H, or Sherm, or nothing in Abbott. Unless Chico gets a taste. You thought you could play Chico for a fool, eh?
Oh boy. Are we about to get in a shootout?
Fucking bitch.
You gotta rat up your ass about some old news, man. Things are different now.
I don't think so, pendejo. You fuck me once, you fuck me again. See? Muchachos!
Oh boy. Yeah, I have no problem shooting first. I knew that was, as soon as I saw him saying muchachos, I was like, I'm shooting first. Han is definitely shooting first today. I was afraid that they were going to kill him. Oh, what the fuck, asshole?
Yeah, what the fuck's up?
For real? Oh, boy.
This motherfucker.
Fuck it, we gotta get back to V-Block. Hargrave's waiting on us.
What the fuck? Seriously? Just shooting at us? Why would they be... I guess... Maybe I can't imagine that's any kind of commentary on the state of the prison system, but I was going to say, why would they just shoot us when we're not posing any kind of threat? But I guess they are prison guards. The big game I think my mother was against for forever, mostly because of the media, was Grand Theft Auto. And for good reasons. I mean, Grand Theft Auto is certainly not a game that, you know, young people should play. Not some of the older ones. I think Grand Theft Auto 5 is a little tamer than most. I think maybe Grand Theft Auto 4 was also a little more tasteful. It's not just blatant violence, which I feel like some of the old Grand Theft Autos turned out to be. But yeah, the only reason she knew about Grand Theft Auto was because of the goddamn news. You know, there's plenty of other games I shouldn't have been playing, like this. She didn't care. I played this, and I had to play it quietly. I had to turn down the volume in my room while I played this because I was afraid that they were going to hear it and take it away. My sister had a little bit more of a forgiving opinion on games. Well, and it was kind of hard for my nephews growing up to not be subjected to M-rated games with my brother-in-law and myself, like, gaming a lot. So basically, Jen was like, I don't care about the violence, but, you know, if there's language, you know, just turn the volume down. She was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the language. So I don't care if you play violent games, just, you know, if it's got cursing in it. Now, obviously, if there was, like, sex in it or something like that, she wouldn't want that either, but she did not care as much about violence at all. My sister was pretty open-minded about that.
Never liked being in the fucking wood. Too dark. You know what I'm saying? Give me a fucked up hood any day. At least there I know what I'm getting into.
I don't know where to go. How did he get on the other side? Oh, okay. I think we've got to get this ladder down somehow. Ah, there we go. I was wondering if shooting it was going to do it. Yeah, yeah, so without going into too much detail, Avery and I had a conversation about that, because I told him, he was telling me one time how he was kind of frustrated with.
To survive this place, you gotta become it. I tried to fight it, but it's no use.
What is this, change? Anything? Avery was telling me about how he was having some frustration with, I'll try and be general about it, but he was having some frustration with certain people. And when I told him I also had the same frustration with certain people, he said that these certain people also now drank pretty heavily, and that when we had our little disagreement over the holidays, he said that it was specifically because when we had our conversation, she was, I shouldn't say she, it's too late now, she had been drinking and took it very, like, I'm not in the mood to have this discussion, so if you're having a problem, then you can just go kind of way.
What the fuck was that?
Because he told me that he actually had an argument with her after she said that she told me to leave, because he was like, are you kidding me? I'm sure he was not like, I'm sure he didn't hate the dogs. And she was in a very like, I don't care, I just don't want to deal with it, so I told him to go. So I don't hold it as much against her now, although I don't really excuse her from it either. Because as much as I drink, I've never gotten in a fight with anybody over while I was intoxicated. Never. And I'm no stranger to drinking, to, you know, fucking relieve the pain of the day. Nobody is, but how, you know, if you let that shit get to you and then all of a sudden you're being an asshole while you're drinking, then, you know, that's a whole other problem. But whatever. Say Olivia, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of where I felt. It made me feel better, because I felt like, oh, okay, well, at the very least, I know that, you know, people who are intoxicated generally are a little more overzealous than they would normally be. So at the very least, I felt like somewhat vindicated, being like, okay, at least I wasn't like being a crazy asshole. It was more that this person just didn't was just trying to like not deal with the situation. So they were like, fine, if you're gonna fucking complain, then don't worry about it. And it was easily misconstrued because she had been intoxicated. So whatever. Like I said, I don't really hold it against her. I think it's still dumb, but okay. Oh god, this isn't good. I know what happens here.
Oh man, you're here. You gotta save us before Hargrave gets back. You gotta cut us down. You gotta.
I don't think so. My prisoners never make it out alive. The time has come to wash the scum from the earth. This is my Armageddon.
Jesus, that guy's ripped.
Inmates in the gallery. Inmates in the gallery.
Oh man. God damn it. Okay, get up the stairs. I'm trying to do this so the homeboy stays alive. I'm afraid of him dying. Come on, buddy. Okay, he's still up here. He must have infinite health or something. I'm cool with that.
I think there's a place control station. Maybe we can get in through there.
Oh god. Oh boy. He's right here. Yeah.
Glad to see dead man. They ain't all
Oh
bad.
boy. Oh god. It probably wants me to get on that turret. But since I'm in such a good spot, I'm just gonna keep. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, Jesus. Oh, the frame rates start to dip really bad when. Oh. Don't die, buddy. Move, move, move. What are you doing? Oof. I wish there was like a hard lock button, like Red Dead Redemption, where I could just aim and have it fucking hold on the guy. That would be nice. That's my one favorite thing about Uncharted 4. So on Uncharted 4, since I'm so bad with aiming, they actually have like a 100% like hard lock. Like it's like if you aim your camera at a guy and you hold down left trigger or left or L2, it will hard lock to them, and you can't like take the camera. You can't move your reticle off of them. So it's nice because if you like really want a cinematic experience in Uncharted, you can just is that open? Oh, it's open. If you really want a cinematic experience where Nathan's like a crack shot, you can just turn on the hard lock, and you know it's still a challenge because you still got to shoot and stuff like that. But the aiming is a non-issue. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the thing that was so upsetting about it was that it just happened so quickly, and there was no explanation. You know.
Talk. Fuck you waiting for?
Like, why is this guy such a fucking asshole about me coming? Come on, dude.
Those creatures are everywhere.
I know, bro.
You coming or what?
I am.
Jeez. Oh, yeah, this is it. Other side of these gates is the promised land, man. A way out. A chance at least.
Oh, God, he's gonna die.
Man, if we can just get through these gates, they lead right out of prison. We'd be safe, man. Look, Torque, let me tell you something straight up. I'm goddamn shocked I ain't dead yet. Now, if we gonna make it out of this slaughterhouse alive, you gotta open up that gate, you feel me?
I don't know how to fucking open it, bro. I'm trying.
Looks like the only way to open that gate is from the control room up there. But if I do it, I won't make it out in time. But you can open it for me, Torque. You're the badass killing machine. You got a chance to survive. You let me out, man. I'll send help just as soon as I can. Okay. I come through for
so
you.
How the fuck do I get up there, dude?
Come on, Torque. You gotta get this gate open. You just can't leave me hanging.
I don't know how to get up there, man.
If we can just get through these gates, they lead right out of prison. We'd be safe, man. Look, Torque, let me tell you something straight up. I'm goddamn
dude, this guy, I can't handle him talking like this
you
often.
gotta open up that gate, you feel me?
I don't know how to get up there is the problem. My sister and I haven't really talked
Looks
since.
like the only way to open that gate is from the control room up
Not
there.
that we talked very
But if I
much
do it,
to begin
I
with,
won't make
but
it out in time. But you could open it for me, Torque. You're the badass killing machine.
yeah,
You got a
after
chance to
Avery said
survive.
that she's
You
kind
let
of
me out, man. I'll send help
on this
just as
new
soon as I
path,
can.
it kind of
I
like
come through
turned me
you.
off
Where the
for
bomb?
having any further conversations with her about stuff because I just don't know what to expect.
Come on, Torque. You gotta get this gate open. You just can't leave me hanging.
God damn it. My sister and I have always kind of like, especially
You can't catch me. You can never catch me.
especially after all the election shit. I just don't want to like deal with family drama. That's always been my number one thing too. It sucks. Like I get caught up in so much shit with my sister. But I feel like my number one thing has always been like, I just don't fucking care. I don't want to do this. And somehow, or even with my parents, it's always like live and let live, you know, like fucking leave me alone kind of shit. And I always get caught up somehow.
You the man, Torque. You the man.
Oh God. Oh, okay, he still got out.
Your soul is strong, T.
Here we go. More karma.
Hello, officers. This is Consuela Alvarez. I'm looking for Ernesto, my husband. If anyone who hears this could have him call me on our home radio.
Daddy, help me.
It's okay. We, myself and the girls, fire in the woods around town. I think he might be getting closer.
I need a shotgun. I don't like these pistols at such close range. No, but that's usually, so it's funny, that's like the argument. It was like growing up, the big like thing that I would get into with my parents was I have anger issues. These days, my anger issues usually are relegated to games only, which I feel like is a little bit of a healthier outlet. But obviously, they're still there, and that's a problem. But my mother never liked the idea of not being able to talk about a situation. Like that was a problem to her. So if something was getting, hold on, let's see, how many have come to Abbott without guilt? Too many. But I don't worry about the innocent because on Carnate, none of us are without sin for long. It was always one of those things where, like, if we were having an argument or a disagreement, and I would say, okay, you know, give me a moment to cool off because all I need is a couple hours to fucking relax, and then we can continue this conversation and I won't be upset. The thing that was always thrown at me was, well, you don't have any right to be upset. So, you know, and you can't run away from problems. You got to talk about your fucking problems. And then that would, of course, make me more angry because I'm sitting here thinking, here you are, you're gonna bitch at me in 5 seconds for what I'm about to like erupt and just get super pissed over this dumb conversation that we're having. And I'm saying, please let me relax so we can talk about this level-headed, but you won't let me. So you're like goading me into the issues. That's all my family issues have ever been. It's always been me saying, please, you know what, just fucking leave me out of it. And then it's them holding it against me that I want to be left out of things. It's me saying, you know what, I don't want to show up for Christmas. I don't want to show up for Thanksgiving. I don't want to be around you guys any more than I really need to, you know, like, because when I am, problems happen. And then I get shit on for that, and then that causes more problems. So then what's my other alternative? To just go to these fucking family things or to engage with my family, and then guess what? Things like the Japan thing happen, where I start to interact with my family on a regular basis, but then that just opens them up to just fucking lay all their bullshit on me all the time. So it's always been really frustrating because I feel like the shit that happens is always a result of you know, it's I have flaws. I absolutely have flaws with anger, and you know, I get in a real like no nonsense kind of bullshit kind of way. And but then when I try to deal with that, people get upset that you know, well, you can't have you have no reason to be upset. You can't you know, you can't run away from all your problems. I'm not trying to run away from them. I'm trying to fucking take a moment. Sometimes Rachel and I will get in a disagreement. It's very rare. But when we do, you know what happens? We don't fucking talk for like 3 hours. And then later, neither of us care enough to really... Like, sometimes we'll still have a conversation, but we're neither, you know, none of us are heated at that point later on to care about fighting about it. And so we don't fight. That's why we never fight. Because anytime we would potentially have an argument or have a disagreement or something upsets one of us, we fucking take a break for a little bit, you know? But then whenever I tried to do that growing up, it was always, who, you know, like, people, my family took it as an insult. That, like, if I said that I needed to take a break, they took that as me saying, you're too much for me, I need to fucking take a moment to relax. And they took that as an insult. So whenever I would say, I need a moment, I need a break, which is 100% on me. It's 100% on me for having anger issues I can't control sometimes. They would say, well, you have no right to, you know, and fucking just try to, like, okay, what, you're trying to goad me into arguing now? Like, I don't understand. If you don't want to fight, then fucking let me take a moment to relax so we can have a calm conversation here in a little bit. But after, you know what, after the thing in December, my parents and I, we haven't talked in a while, and it's... we've been on a oh shit, on a pretty good streak of not getting on each other's nerves. So learn and fucking adapt, I guess. I'm still at a pretty young age though, you know, like, I feel like in your 20s you're still trying to figure out like what the best way to fucking live with your family is, because you're in the middle of moving out, and you know, chances are moving in with a significant other, or, you know, just like all these kind of big life decisions, finding a job and getting out of college and all that kind of shit. You're kind of just trying to do everything. And then finally, I feel like maybe after, hopefully after your 20s, everything evens out a little more. And I don't know, maybe family bullshit will always be family bullshit. I wonder if I kill more things with my insanity mode, if that like contributes more negatively to my karma. Because I want to go insanity mode around these guys, but I'm afraid that they're gonna freak out. I don't know what all contributes to the karma in this game. I think the thing that always made my mother want to sort of try to hash things out is because she grew up in a very dysfunctional family. And so for us to also kind of have our dysfunctions on occasion, I think, upset her that she couldn't, you know, that now she couldn't even have a normal family with her kids. And what she needed to realize was that we did have a fucking normal thing going on. She just, like, we just needed to let things be. You can't force them, you know? Like, you can't sit there and say that you wish that we had a normal family if we don't get along in certain ways. Like, don't force us to get along in certain ways. How about we get along in the best ways that we get along in, you know? Why is that guy shooting so far with a shotgun? He's wasting so much ammo. 2 shotguns dropped for me in that group. Because I remember having a conversation one night where she was talking about how, like, bummed it made her that we always had fights and stuff. And I just was like, well, you know why we always have fights? Because we're always trying to, like, you know, like, live this idea of what we think the family should be like. Because our family grew up very, like, solitary, you know? Like, my dad did his thing and my mom did her thing and I did my thing. We didn't really do a lot of family shit. And that works for me. That's fine. I think she wanted something more, but my dad was also a very solitary guy, so we all kind of did our own thing. And I don't think that was good enough for her, but I was like, well, there's really not much you can do. Because the other thing is, too, is I love spending time with my parents when it's not irritating, you know? Like, when I'm not having to worry about, like, being judged or being fucking argued with. I really enjoy spending time with my parents. It's always like one of those things where everything sort of evens out and you think everything's like cool, but then as soon as you like start to ease back in too hard, then everything just gets fucking shitty and annoying again. I guess I can't get over there yet. 'Cause that's pretty much what it's always been. Abbott's high homicide rate is well known, but only whispered is its staggering suicide rate, which is the highest of any prison in America. Yeah, I think after our last little argument, I think we kind of backed off. In fact, I don't even see my mom on Facebook that much anymore, which is shocking.
Excuse me, hello. Is anyone out there? The creatures are outside the door. I can hear them scrape against it.
I don't even know what good these maps are for, because
While I wait.
I don't use them.
Wait to die. I just wanted to tell everyone who might be listening. I've been looking for some answer to what's going on. But there isn't any. There's no answer. There's no explanation. It's just what it is. We are at its mercy. I've seen the unspeakable, and I won't be at its mercy anymore.
Must be some kind of inmate faction. Jesus. I don't even have a shotgun yet, so why is it giving me... I guess I got Tommy gun shells before I got a Tommy gun. Man, the first person mode would really be neat if it didn't feel like it just fucking was so choppy sometimes. 'Cause I feel like it might be easier to aim first person, but
Where's this dripping?
oh,
Yo, who that?
who dat? R.I.P. dude. How's that guy getting around? He's just a dude on a rope. Quit suggesting friends to me, Facebook. Yeah, pretty much.
Come on. Don't you want to talk to me? Pick up the phone, T.
I'm pregnant. And that's not all. Look, it's over, T. You say you're innocent, but I don't know if I can trust you. I'm filing for divorce. You can't be a father in jail. I can't bring Corey here to visit you, or the new one. It's better if they just forget for
I hope you've forgiven me, T. Things might be different if I had been able to hang on.
Oh boy. Oh my god, it's so hard to see. I don't understand what happened there. I like level up that mode or something? Because I noticed the second bar was on my right side of the screen, and in the middle there my guy did like that little growl. And I've never seen him do that. So I don't know what that was all about. Seemed like maybe I ranked that up after I killed a couple people in that mode. I don't know. Sounds good, man.
I would hesitate to call you a gentle soul, Talk, but I do believe there is hope for you yet. Nevertheless, if I am to treat you, I must observe you further. See if you can think outside the box.
Oh, nice. This kills... Oh, it doesn't kill him in one hit. Killed one of those in one hit, though. How do I... The other sprinkler's on, though. Oh, I've got to cover up the grate. No boy. What? 3 fucking shots? God damn it. This is really satisfying blast to it, though. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, baby, I got it. They agreed to the cargo visit. I called in some markers with some of the COs, and they put in the good word. Yeah, they ain't all bad. Oh, baby, it just drives me nuts thinking about you out there in the world without me to keep you safe. I love you so fucking much. I'll show you that when you come. I can't fucking wait.
Who's running around out there?
Oh, god damn it. Is there a way to save those guys? Come on, you claw motherfucker. Oh, so there is a second bar that's filling up, but I don't know what it does yet. I need to Google whether or not that's hurting my karma. What the fuck? That's fucking weird.
How does this damn contraption work? Pull that blue button. What? This one? Yeah, that's it. I think you're live right now. Oh shit. This is Corrections Officer Fuller at Abbott Correctional. Can anyone on the mainland hear me? Coast Guard, anybody? We've got a serious situation here. Dad, the goddamn apocalypse over here. Right. Everything's going to hell. You got set up. Radio? That's not the radio. That's the PA. What? You're shitting me. Radio, we wanted that big contraption over there. Fuck, they're in here. Son of a bitch. Blast them. I got one.
Fucking Abbott and Costello over there. So why did I have to open that? That's funny and shitty. Let's take a look real quick at suffering insanity mode. I just want to see if it. I'm worried that it's going to hurt my karma if I kill people in it. Let's see. These actions fill up the good morality meter for Torque, which usually entail helping guards or inmates escape and keeping them safe until they part ways. Good morality levels are represented by Torque becoming healthier and cleaner, and the photo of his family becoming clean and clear. This also alters the way others perceive him in visions and the ending of the game. Note, not all actions must be done to achieve the good ending. Zombie bottles will also have a higher effect on good morality, making recovering easier. So let's see. Wow, there's a lot of chapters in this game. Holy shit. So, list of all evil actions. Dirtier will make Torque dirtier, give him gray skin, and he will get more wounds. So the cleaner Torque looks, which, I mean, I can't really tell. Looks kind of clean now, I guess. Guess I can always check the photo, right? The photo is pretty clean. It looks like. Flamethrower instructions. What? This letter served to inform me that you are requested to appear in regards to... To whoever finds this, it's Armageddon to have to get out of Abbott and off this island. Cash and I going to S Block and then radio building. Gotta send out the SOS before things get worse. Gonna find a lot of guys to fight our way there, so come on if you can. I like the shotgun a lot better. The stopping power behind it is really nice. Except for when you can't fucking hit anybody with it. Does have far more limited ammo though. It seems anyways. I didn't pick it up in time? Damn. Missing out on lore.
No, Dad, you can't catch me.
God damn. Oh, fuck me. Jesus. Oh, god damn it. There was shit back there. Can I get up anyway? Nope. Damn it. I didn't know you could roll though. If you use the jump button to the side or to the right. Oh wait, I can get back up. Cool.
I won't let you do it again. You can go, but you'll never see me again.
It is filling up a purple meter on the right side though. I don't know what that does, but it must be some kind of special move I can do inside my little beast mode form. I haven't been using any flashbangs or anything. It doesn't even hurt him. What does it even do? Nothing really. It seems like it fucking stuns him for like the time that it takes me to throw him, and that's it.
I'll never forgive you. You would get so mad at us, and then you couldn't even remember. I never understood how you could forget.
Fuck you, you little thing. I think beautiful is gone. No matter how tough you are, a measure of fear can help keep you alive. An Abbott, a man who isn't afraid, is too stupid to live. Legend of Evil. Anyone that's done their research will tell you about Carnate's past. It's all humans killing humans, however they justify it. It's still murder. It's hard to read the goddamn writing. Carnate attracts and concentrates, but it doesn't create. The evil here has happened in many places, but on Carnate, enough blood has spilled into the soil that the soil will turn on us. That's what will happen here.
I don't think you understand what we do here. There is not enough blood on your hands. Try harder.
I wonder if that's any indication to his alignment. Is he really that frightened by an inmate with a gun? After everything else he could have possibly seen in this game, that's the one thing that frightens him.
Everywhere! Mama! Everywhere! Too horrible! Too awful!
He's a coward.
Too horrible! Too awful! You're not a monster! You're not gonna kill me! What a relief. I've been running so long. Look, I may be a CO, but believe me, I always thought I had more in common with the inmates than the gung-ho COs they got here at Abbott.
He'll help you if you keep him safe.
He's weak. He should be
Now, the
killed.
only idea I have is that we gotta call for help. Somebody has to be able to help us. Come on, we need to get to the radio building. We can call from there. You keep me safe? Let's go.
I mean, if you're as tough as the last guy was, then there shouldn't be any kind of problem.
Come on, this way.
I'm worried that
This
he's
way.
not, though.
Ah!
Oh, God.
Just make him go away! Oh, God! Oh, God! I'd give anything if they would just go away.
Oh, God. I fucking blasted him directly.
Hey! Oh, no. I won't go out there until you get rid of him. Get rid of him. Almost said that.
God damn it.
Oh, no.
Get out of the corner, bro.
I won't go out there.
Oh my God, I can't even shoot this fucking thing because it keeps moving.
I think there's light. If there was light, I think they wouldn't come out. Just make him go away! I guess it looks safe now. Come on, this way.
Should have done that much sooner.
What are you supposed to do when you're in a nightmare and you just can't wake up? It's like I woke from a dream. Ah!
Oh my God,
I
chill.
guess it looks safe now. Come on, this way. I'm gonna get us to the radio building.
Can I point this anywhere else?
We're gonna call for help. Come on.
Point it down there preemptively. I don't know if we have to go back there or not.
Come on, this way. We're gonna call for help. Come on.
Yeah, I would like to see it online. I have it on PC, and I've got mixed feelings about it, mostly for performance issues.
To get to the radio building, we gotta get into the yard. But hell, there's no way out of this tower. I thought there was, but there ain't.
But I'm interested for sure. Oh god.
Oh my god, in heaven, they killed him.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Fell down a ladder. I don't even remember where my last save was. Is there not a checkpoint up here? Oh, okay. I was gonna say my last manual save was probably much farther back.
This way. We. Ah! I guess it looks safe now. Come on, this way.
That was, yeah, his health is back now, so it's probably for the better that that happened. God, those things came out much quicker.
I guess it looks safe now. Come on, this way. I'm gonna get us to the radio building. Now.
It's really neat. I mean, it's like hardcore action. It's just straight up like crazy action MMO. And I think it's a little grindy, like
What are you supposed to do when you're in a nightmare and you just can't wake up?
Like I think the fun comes from, you know, fishing and doing all the like the minutia kind of stuff, which I'm interested in, but I don't have like a good way to play it at the moment because I'm the only one I know that plays it on PC. You coming down, buddy? And the performance issues I have are pretty bad. If I could run it at a smooth 30 frames per second, I don't think I'd care as much. But a choppy 60 is not fun.
You know what the magic hour is? It's when the sun's over the horizon, but it's still light out. Some folks call it twilight, but I call it the magic hour. But on Carnet, I swear, it skips right to night. No magic hour, no magic minute, just boom, like somebody turned out the lights. Something's not right here. It never has been, and certainly ain't now.
I don't know where I'm supposed to shine this thing. I mean, I get a little vibration when I shine it over there, so I'm assuming that's where I'm supposed to do it, but this guy won't follow me down here. What the fuck, man? Don't understand what I'm supposed to do.
My mom always said God was gonna judge us someday. Gonna rain fire down from above. It ain't raining fire, but I sure wish it would. It'd be much better than this.
I don't know what I'm supposed to fucking do. This guy is not... He's not doing shit to help me.
Mama, why did I
push
listen to you? You told me no man should make his living locking up other men like animals. You knew, Mama. You knew. Why didn't I listen?
So, do I have to do something with this? Maybe I gotta jump over the fire? Is that the trick? Well, what the fuck is the stairs down for, I wonder?
Oh my God, in heaven!
Nope.
They killed him!
Jesus Christ.
Oh God! I don't
So
know.
what the fuck?
I never...
Okay, this time let's manually reload.
I don't know. I never believed it, but I think my mama was right. This is God's judgment, and we come up short. Oh my God!
Yeah, I can't even jump over
They
that
killed
thing.
him. Oh God! Oh God!
Annoying.
I don't know. I never believed it, but I think my mama was right. There's tanks at the bottom of the tower that will blow if you can set them off somehow. Set them off without getting us killed.
Oh my god. So I guess I can just drop this down there? I thought it was, I was like, well, why would I drop this down there? It doesn't make any sense. Because then we can't get down. But I didn't realize he wanted me to blow up the tanks.
You're a smart man. Look crazy maybe, but smart.
Fucking weird.
We can get out now. We're gonna make it.
Run, Malcolm, run! Corey always wanted to play with his father. But where were you?
Oh boy. That's right. This guy's a freak. Can't do anything. Fucking useless. As long as he stays out of my way, though, I guess. I don't care. Coming, homie? Oops.
You must be an angel from above, an angel of vengeance. Come to save us all. Come on, we're almost there.
There we go. God damn it. It's really giving me trouble.
In here. The radio's in here.
Can't get in there at
We're
all.
gonna call for help. Come on. I'm gonna get us to the radio building. The radio's already on. What the? That sound coming over the speaker. It's like it's possessed or something. After all that, we're still damned.
Sometimes, I think you were the perfect father.
It looks like interference is coming from the western part of the island. Wait, that's gotta be from the old asylum. Corrections officers go out there sometimes. They set up an old radio so they can stay in touch with Abbott. Maybe that's what's caused the interference. But maybe it's something else. I always thought that place was haunted. Listen, you see, there's no way I'm leaving this building with things like they is. So you're the ones gotta go to the asylum. There's a map right there. You need to go through the old quarry to get there. You can get out of the prison by climbing up to the roof right above us, and then jumping over to the Diggers building. I'll stay here and keep the radio safe from those goblins. At least I'll try. You gotta get to the asylum. Something's not right there. It's not much of a chance, but it's all we got.
Gotcha.
You gotta get to the asylum. Something's not right there. It's not much of a chance, but it's all we got.
I got it. God damn it.
You gotta get to the asylum.
Oh my
Something's
god.
not right there. It's not much of a chance.
The downtime that they have in this game for fucking NPC talk is way too small.
Here, you fool! What you waiting on?
Shut up. Unbelievable. I worked the cemetery for 1 week. I had to quit. Couldn't face it anymore. I knew someday I would end here, burned forever on buried forever on Carnet. Couldn't really handle that reality. Oh, that's funny and sad. Why are flashbangs so prevalent?
It's Sergey. I'm out of sanatorium with the candidate brother who
Because they can't even be used. Or they're not even that useful. Come on, assholes, jump down. What the fuck? God damn it. Gotta get that thing to come down. He fucking won't do it though. What the hell? Fucking thing. I'll just leave you there. I don't give a shit.
It hurts so much. Dad was. This was your life, T. How did you let it get away?
And then this inmate begged me to give him a weapon to Inmate's got a gun! Drop him!
Oh, what the fuck? Really? Come on, guys.
No, they're back! They're back!
Can I save these guys? Is it possible? Or are they all gonna die in like one hit? That guy's just gonna shoot me regardless. Here I am trying to help him. He can't stop shooting an inmate. I've been thinking about starting Prison Break actually. I think the idea always interested me in the past, but I just never tried it out. And I was kind of thinking like a drama in a prison would be interesting, but from what I understand, they escaped the prison after the first season, I think. So I don't know. I don't know for sure if that's how it happens, but I think that's what happens. Looks like a new enemy. In which case, I'm not really sure how the show continues. Like, I'm not sure what the drama is after that point. If they've already escaped, you know? Like, I'm sure there's drama, but where does it come from? Because if it's just Prison Break and it's a show about like not being in a, like there's no more fucking Prison Break after the first season. What the fuck? God damn it. Yeah, Rachel, I think, watched the first season, but when I mentioned it tonight, because I told her, I asked her, I said, hey, did you know there's a new season of Prison Break on? Because they did like a, not a reboot, I don't think, but they came back to it. She was like, yeah, but she was like, that show sucks. She was like, after that, and she loved it. She loved the first season, I guess, but she was like, yeah, after the first season, it's really bad. And so I'm worried that she has the same thing that I did, where she was interested in it because of the setting, and then as soon as it didn't take place in a prison anymore, it just lost its pull, you know? God, that thing in the ground is causing my frame rates to drop. And the thing is it's not even like... Ugh. Like, I feel like it's not even... It's because I have the game limited to 60 frames. God damn it. It's giving me, like, frame drop from that limit. If I could limit the game to something higher, or let it run at, like, a, you know, whatever the normal speed would be, I wouldn't be getting any frame drop, but then the physics of the game would be all fucked up. It's making it hard to aim, though, that's for sure. Oh my god. Really? God damn. What, did he kill himself? Oh, damn. See, this is what I kind of wish more survival horror games were like. I mean, given it's a little linear, but like I want more horror games that don't just rely on really difficult gameplay. Like I played Fatal Frame 3 on easy mode, and I struggled even with that.
Don't get any closer. They can hear your footsteps.
Okay, so how do I get to you? Oh, I don't, I guess. Really? It fell right above him? And I'm having that problem with Resident Evil 1 now. I started playing it, and even on easy mode, that game can be really fucking difficult sometimes. Oh my god, the frame rate slowdown's terrible. Because I want to play horror-esque games, you know, like I want to play twisted kind of stuff, but I don't want to have to like make a decision about just getting super angry and frustrated with the gameplay the entire time. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus. Wow, that almost ended me completely. I started up The Evil Within yesterday. I might stream the last half of that game. I'm not sure yet. It's a good game, but I got to what I've been seeing online being referred to as the most frustrating chapter, one of the longest chapters. And I noticed that streaming usually helps me forget some of the irritations in a game, because then I can either just sit there and talk, and, you know, at least like have some kind of enjoyment as I'm playing something that's also frustrating. Jesus, how many of these guys are there? I don't know if I'd call this game survival horror, though. The suffering for sure, because I mean it's definitely horror, but it's almost like an action horror. At least on easy mode, you don't really have to worry about surviving. God damn it. Got him. Jesus Christ, there's more. Come on, come out of the ground, you bitch. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, so I actually got that on PC because they gave it out on free. They gave it out for free on Ubisoft, or Uplay, I guess, whatever their program was, earlier this year. So, or no, maybe late last year. So I'm really lucky. Now I need to download that now and play it because of that the announcement of the second one. But I was like looking through my Steam library, and I was like, I thought I had this. I thought I remember, you know, booting it up before. Why do I not have it now? That's so irritating. But then I looked online. I was like, didn't I get it for free? So I searched online free, and it said it gave it away on Uplay, which is why I don't have it on Steam. God damn it, hold on. Somebody asking me for the source on the Flatliners remake, so all I did was link the trailer. Like you couldn't have Googled it or something? Can I blow this up? Nope. It's got these damn spit guys. I'm excited to play the second game because that's the one I haven't played. I don't really remember a lot of the first Suffering game, but the second one I've never even seen like photo or gameplay or anything.
You can't just leave us here.
Wait. Who?
Oh shit! You think anybody will care? My legs! Watch out! Cave in! They deserve it. Let me out! You gotta help me! Oh shit! You think anybody will care? Inmates? They're not worth the trouble. Let them rot.
Ah, that's what happened. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so... God damn it. God damn it. Fuck. hitting with a goddamn stick of dynamite was nearly impossible. And those bodies are pretty decomposed. How long ago did that happen, I wonder? And where do I go from here? I wonder. I must have to hit this. There we go. I just was looking at the wrong side. What? Oh my god. What a crazy vertical. They couldn't have made that taller. I don't know if this is extra shit. Oh god, what the? You fucking grabbing motherfucker. Oh, there's some batteries and shit, I guess. Nothing major. Oh, you fucking asshole. So how am I gonna get up there? How am I gonna kill him? Oh, there we go. I was like, if this jerk's just gonna keep fucking swooping down on me. God damn it. Oof. What the fuck? How is that the first time I shot any of those boxes? Was right at the end, apparently. Somehow. Miraculously. I avoided shooting them the entire time except for the last time. In which I hit all the boxes repeatedly. Come on, show your fucking face. Still haven't filled up that other bar yet. I probably need to go beast mode more often. It's probably what's causing me a big problem with my some of those fights taking so long. I'm just not utilizing my insanity mode and as much as I should.
Every time I drop one, another one shows up to take its place! Where are they coming from?
I think I saw one jump out of there.
I don't understand what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. I was like, what the fuck? What's the end goal here? God damn it. So hard to hit anybody. Man, I remember when I played through Yakuza 1 and 2 through emulation like this. Holy shit. Talk about some tough fucking games. And at the time, I don't know if there is an easy mode in Yakuza, but I didn't play on it, that's for sure. In retrospect, I should have. But yeah, I think I played on normal. And that shit was tough. And sometimes the game would randomly crash, so I had to keep saving with the like the emulator save every couple of minutes, just to make sure that if it did crash that I had a save somewhere. Basically anytime I walked in or out of a building I had to save just in case, because I never knew what was going to happen. Yeah, man, the trailer today looked pretty sweet. The drama around 6 seems like it's a little soap opera-y, which I'm not like dying for. I like the gang stuff, and I guess this will be gang related, but the whole, you know, who's the father of the... Uh-oh. Am I stuck here? There we go. The whole who's the father of the baby kind of stuff doesn't really appeal to me that much. But it will be, I think, it will be an emotional adventure to go around Tokyo, you know, fucking fighting guys off and trying to save this kid. So I think that'll be good for, like, the series. But...
Down with overseers. They suffocated in there.
It feels a little bit like maybe we're ready for a new Yakuza story.
Good for those fuckers. Let's get them alive.
Or a new, you know, like a new cast or something. You could totally have a new cast. Hell, fucking... I mean, I guess they'd probably never do it, but... I was gonna say, they could always do like a Yakuza in America kind of thing, or even in Europe or whatever, you know, like come to America and get tied up with gangs of another sort, you know? I mean, maybe it's easier for them to do gangs, you know, pure Yakuza just because they understand the culture, having been in Japan. But, God damn it. I'm really ready for something new. I don't want to have to sit around and play as the same character or the same, you know, have the same shit, same family and stuff going on all the time. I'm ready for a new story. And they already said before that they will do another, like, it's not going to be about Kazuma you know, every time. Like, eventually they're going to do something else. Like, Yakuza 6 might even be the last one. For Kazuma, I don't know. But I'm kind of ready for a new story. I love Kazuma, but I'm ready for something new. God damn it. These burrowers are irritating.
Yo, bro! Over here! Over here! Dude! I'm trying
I don't know how to.
Help! They're coming for me!
I don't know how to do anything for you, man.
I need to get to that ledge there! Hey, can you help a brother out? Dude! I'm trapped!
What can I do for you? I don't know. Like, I legitimately
Hey,
don't know.
help! They're coming for me!
Oh, shit. You've got to be kidding
I
me.
need to get to that ledge there! Hey, can you help a brother out?
Yeah, once I fucking get all the way back up and around.
Dude! I'm trapped!
Let's do a manual save here, or a game save here. The thing about using the emulator to save is I can't. It overwrites the same spot over and over and over. So like if I actually want multiple saves, I need to do it in the game like this.
I'm trapped!
What can I? I guess I could. Yeah, it looks like there's another.
Hey, help! They're coming for me!
Fuck.
Has the devil trapped you? You're not a bad man. You have to believe.
I feel like I already went too far. I don't know how to save that guy.
Hey, help! They're coming for me!
Bro, I don't know how to help you, though. It's not obvious to me.
I need to get to that ledge there! Hey, can you help a brother out? Dude! I'm trapped!
Maybe this way?
Hey, help! Thanks, bro! Hey, I hope you make it out too!
What the fuck? That was it? And he ran across air to get there. I don't know if you saw that, but he that didn't connect to his ledge at all. He didn't jump, he just fucking ran across it. Well, so that's what I was thinking, but when I was putting the rock over where he was, it wouldn't let me drop the rock any farther. I had to bring it over all the way to the left, drop it, and then swing it back. I don't know why. Maybe there was something blocking me that I couldn't see, but it wouldn't let me drop the rock originally. That's why I thought, oh, well, maybe I can't just drop the rock for him. But then I could. It wasn't, I don't know, it was being fucking goofy. Now I need to probably knock that thing down. Totally. Fucking totally. The worst crimes aren't committed by the body, they're invented by the mind. The urge to kill is the purest evil, and suppressing it only lasts so long. Dr. Killjoy realized this. I'm really interested in Hellblade coming out. I don't know what your interest level on that is or if you've seen anything much about it. But they've been working on that one for a very long time. And they just announced it was going to be like a $30 game, but it's like super, like their mocap and everything, and they've got, yeah, like performance captures, and that was the one last year at E3. They came out and they had the woman, like, she had the mocap gear on and was doing the trailer. She was like acting it out as the trailer was running. Like the trailer itself was a live rendition of what she was doing on stage. They basically like blocked off the points on the stage, I think, so that when she came out, she would be like perfectly lined up in CGI, like according to the environment, and then she like acted out the scene. It's supposed to be about a Nordic warrior, a Norse warrior, however you want to say that. As she goes through things like depression and psychosis. And it supposedly ties into a lot of Norse mythology and Norse like beliefs on the underworld. I don't know where the fuck to go. But yeah, like their whole thing for a while now has been like the mocap. That was their big like selling point, is that the motion capture is supposed to be crazy for it. Or the performance capture, I should say. They're technically different. But yeah, I was kind of bummed it's not a $60 game, because I'm guessing that means it's shorter. But I guess I'm all for a $30 game versus a $60 as far as what I actually have to pay. But seriously though, like how the fuck do I get out of here? Oh, up and around here maybe? Jesus Christ. But it's been in development for a long time, kind of like it, because it's an indie studio, so they've been taking their time doing it. But their goal was, they said that they wanted to make an indie game that has AAA quality. Because they didn't want people to think that indie games only could be, you know, like fucking Limbo and shit, where they're all like, you know, they might be good games, but they're all super limited in scope, you know. And so their game, like if you look up a trailer, like that shit looks insane.
Broken gazebo. You were so good looking, but sometimes I think you only brought me suffering.
And they finally announced the release date recently, which is why it's been kind of big news. Because they haven't had a release date for the longest time. God damn it. But, of course, as you know, I'm excited about anything involving Norse mythology, or, you know, Nordic belief. It's not necessarily mythology, I don't think, so much as it is, like, just, I guess maybe technically mythology. But it's not like, you know, I don't think it's necessarily tying into, like, Thor and stuff like that so much as it is tying into, like, legend of that area. You know, like, folklore, I should say, is probably a better way to put it. It's tying into, like, Nordic folklore. So what the fuck? Which way do I gotta go? Because there's a small area over here to go to. Yeah, but I assume this is the way that I want to go. So I need to go explore. I don't really think exploring brings me much in this game, though, because if anything, it just brings me more ammo and stuff, but I've already got a lot of that. So I really don't know what going out of the way to explore gets me.
The doctor looked inside my head and took the bad out.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't really shit out here. Lore, I guess, technically. I'm gonna actually stop and restart the stream real quick, just to chunk this up. Part 2 coming.